Hey guys, it's me, Mr. 250, and welcome back to Virtue's Last Reward. We're right back here after the PC room. We're in the warehouse. Everyone's all surprised. It's like, whoa, this looks just like the other one. We got white doors and stuff, and we can't skip it. Stressed it over. I don't think it's opening anytime soon. I have actually been pretty curious about that door. Like, I wonder, does that lead anywhere? Or anywhere relevant to us anyway? But yeah, as far as we can tell, no way to open it. And of course, attempting to push on it doesn't do anything with our bare hands. Idiot. Before we could discuss the doors any further, a familiar robotic voice crackled over the speakers. Oh no! We should probably run down there, really distressed-like, even though we have 45 minutes. What? Right, got it. We returned to the Flore warehouse to find only two people waiting for us. Kay, who'd gone through the red door, and Dio, who had gone through the green door. Where's everybody else? Ah, gotcha. Tenmyoji ignored Kay and took off at a run through the yellow door. Good job, Tenmyoji. Clover and I looked at one another, eyebrows raised. Yeah, what's going on? What? Wait, they did? Well, that's fine. There's only one of them. Then we can cure Quark's Radical 6. Well, I guess we should head over to the infirmary and see how he's doing. Come on, let's go. Oh, so this is an interesting discovery. They went to a laboratory, and they were able to get a vial of this medication that we've been kind of searching after, that I cannot remember what it's called. Starts with an A, I think. Luna's voice was quiet as she stepped back from Quark. She held an injection gun with an empty vial. Delicately, she placed it back in the cabinet. Quark had been laid out on a crude cot, and was still sound asleep. His breathing was even, and his expression was peaceful. He looked like any other child, sleeping soundly after a long day of doing whatever it is children do to amuse themselves. Any trace of the insanity he'd shown earlier was nowhere to be found. Nice, okay. Now I wonder, does that little microchip thing that we got, or not, memory card that we got. I wonder if that would plug into this TV, because that was the last time we saw something that took memory cards quite like this. In a useful way that you could actually be shown something. I felt some of the tension disappear from my shoulders, and let out a breath I hadn't realized I'd been holding. We weren't out of the woods yet, but at least Cork was safe. Tenmyoji let out a long, shaky sigh, and lowered himself into one of the empty beds. He rubbed his hands wearily across his face, and I thought I saw the glint of tears.
とにかくアリス、ケイ、二人には心から感謝するぞ。二人が薬を見つけてくれたおかげで、クホークは助かったんじゃからな。
やめてよ。お礼を言われるほどのことはしてないわ。たまたま私たちが赤の扉の先へと進んだだけのことで。
そういえば、ケイはどこじゃ？姿が見当たらんが。
倉庫に残ってる。リオと一緒にね。あの二人は倉庫で待機してたんだ。お前らが戻ってきた時に事情を説明するためにな。
I feel like sticky notes would be really useful to everyone in here as a whole. So, Dio and Kay were the ones who opened the AB gates?
開いてた扉は一つだけだったから。二人。
とにかくあの二人にも報告しないとね。クオークへの薬の投与は無事に終えたって。
Yeah, you're right. I nodded and headed back towards the other side of the room. I was nearly there when Tenmyoji suddenly spoke.
お、思い出したぞ。さっきの部屋で見つけたメモリーカードのことじゃ。
Yes, please, finally, I'm glad he reminded Sigma, because Sigma wasn't going to think of it himself. This thing?
そうじゃ。そいつの中身を見る方法を思い出したんじゃよ。覚えておらんか？この医務室の仕掛けを解いたとき、同じ形状のメモリーカードを使ったじゃろうが。
ああ、確かに。デスクの前にあるモニター、そこにメモリーカードの差し込み口があって。
Oh yeah, there it is. It's kind of bothering me how consistently bad Sigma is at figuring things out sometimes. Like was said before, he's really good at memorization and math, but man, he cannot figure things out that aren't directly connected. Even worse than I am sometimes. Right, yeah. Well, let's give it a shot.
調べてみようよ。
Okay, just give me a minute here. I slid the car into the slot next to the screen. No sooner had I done so than an image of a waveform popped up on the screen.
これは何かの音声データでしょうか？
I mean, that's what it looks like.
ボリュームを上げてみましょう。
Luna tapped a few things on the screen, and a bar began to move across the screen. Before long, a voice drifted out of the speakers. I don't know if I did. I don't know if I do. So that means that this audio file is extremely recent. What?
俺もいっぺん拝んでみたいぜ。オーバー。なあ、どうしたんだよ。応答してくれ。長いこと連絡が取れなかったもんだから拗ねちまってるのか。冗談はよせよ。いい加減答えてくれ。頼む。おい、通信系統の方はどうなってる？異常なし？だったらこいつはどういうことなんだ？どうしてあいつらは答えない？いや、映像の方は生きてるぞ。テーブルを囲んだ9人の姿がしっかりと映ってる。あ？映像回線が乗っ取られてるだと？リアルタイムのものじゃない？つまり記録された映像が割り込んで送信されてるっていうのか？おいおい、一体何がどうなってるっていうんだ？こちら管制塔、こちら管制塔、頼むから応答してくれ。
こちら。
ああ、よかった。心配したぞ。何があった？
6人が死亡しました。
え？
現在生存中なのは私を含めて3名のみです。
どうしてそんなことに？
殺されたのです。
なんだと？
結果的には私が殺したことになるかと。いえ、正確に言うと私が殺したのは6人だけではありません。6人じゃなくて60億。私はこれから60億の人々を。
おい、どうした？応答しろ。こちら管制塔、こちら管制塔、緊急事態発生。被験者6名が死亡したとの報告あり。警護班は直ちに現場へと向かってくれ。くそ、なんてことだ。
So, it seems like somebody, some woman here, I'm guessing released the virus. I'm speculating that she released the virus because she said that she's going to kill the 6 billion people now. And they're talking about sending someone over to a test site, which I'm once again assuming is possibly this place that we're in. And just based on context clues, this seems like it's an extremely recent recording, possibly a day ago, or even less than a day ago? Something like that. Extremely cryptic to be sure, but probably relevant. Is that it?
一体何だったのよ、今のは。
Any ideas? I got only frowns and shaken heads in response. Only one person showed a reaction other than stunned confusion. Is it Vi? No, it's Tenmyoji. Tenmyoji. Long after the audio ended, he stared at the screen, deep in thought.
Tenmyoji-san, 何か知ってるの？
ああ、これは。
Feel free to shed some light.
火星への有人探査計画を前提としたシミュレーション実験施設の通信記録じゃと思う。
火星への有人探査計画を前提とした
シミュレーション実験施設って何なのよ？
今政府の方で追消滅エンジンを搭載した宇宙船の開発が進められておるのを知っておるか？それが完成すれば現在よりもはるかに容易に火星へと人類を送り込むことができるようになる。
Is he saying like a railgun type of thing?
しかし当然のごとく何の準備もせずにいきなり人類をというわけにはいかん。そこで政府はその前段階としてシミュレーション実験を行うことにしたんじゃ。ネバダ砂漠の空軍管轄地域に専用の施設を建ててな。そこに男女9人の被験者を収容して 諸々のデータを採取することにしたんじゃよ。
So, what we just listened to was a transmission from that project?
ああ、
どうしてそんなものがここに？
詳しい理由はわからん。ただメモリーカードは金庫の中にあったんじゃ。ゼロの思惑が絡んでおることは間違いなかろう。
Yeah, he obviously wanted us to find it.
つまりゼロは我々にこの
Yeah,
音声デー
obviously,
タ
if
を
it
聞
was
か
left
せ
in
る
the
ために
safe.
メモリ。
そうなるじゃろう。
I mean, if we find it in anywhere in this building, we're probably meant to see it, but if it's left in the safe, we're definitely meant to see it.
ねえ、その前に天明寺さん、どうしてあなたがそんなことを知ってるの？
Yes, Tenmyoji,
シミュ
please.
レーション実験のことか？
Please tell us.
ええ、
わしはその実験の関係者だったからじゃ。
Oh man, old man Tenmyoji's starting to look a little bit more interesting now, isn't he? Involved?
実験の趣旨は実際の有人探査計画を想定してそれを忠実に再現することにあった。このため当然のごとく GO による通信途絶期間もシミュレートされることになったんじゃ。
GO っていうのは？
地球から見て火星が太陽の真後ろに入ってしまった時のことを GO と言うんじゃよ。この時中継衛星が存在しない場合は地球と火星は互いに連絡を取り合うことができなくなる。
When you're trying to do communication through space, if there's something in the way, you can't communicate. You know, if you're on the dark side of the moon, so to speak, you can't communicate unless there's something else that you're using as a relay between you two.
音声データの中にあった2028年の大晦日とはその通信途絶期間が明ける日のことだったんじゃ。
事件はその日に起こったと？
その日に起こったのか、あるいはそれよりももっと前に起こったのかはわからん。いずれにせよ発覚したのはその日ということになる。
音声データによると、その実験施設で6人の被験者が。
That's what it looks like.
ああ、そうじゃ。
Well, do you remember what she said? There was something about how she didn't just kill 6 people. She said 6 billion. What the heck did she mean by that?
施設で何が起こったっていうの？
Tenmyoji frowned and looked down at the floor. We were all silent as he paced slowly back and forth across the room. At last, he stopped, raised his head, and spoke.
実はな、この実験施設からとあるウイルスが漏洩したのではないかという疑いが持たれておるんじゃ。
Okay.
とあるウイルスって、まさか。
その通り、ラジカル6じゃよ。
There we go.
どういうことですか？それは。
どういうことも何も今話した通りじゃよ。どうやらパンデミック、世界的なウイルスの感染拡大は
I
この
heard the
実
word
験施
pandemic
設を
in
起
there.
点として発生したもののようなんじゃ。
So it's definitely interesting how, while Sigmund knows nothing about Radical 6, and I think a decent portion of these people don't know much about Radical 6, that there's a decent portion of these people that do, and they've all just kept tight-lipped about it the whole time.
なぜ施設の中にラジカル6が存在していたのかはわからん。被験者の誰かが感染していたのか、あるいはシミュレーションの一環としてウイルスが事前に準備されていたのか。とにかくそれはこの施設から漏れ出し、世界中へと広まっていったのではないかと考えられておるんじゃ。
その結果、60億もの人間が。
いや、厳密に言うとそうではない。ラジカル6の感染症によって死亡したのはそのうちの3分の1程度ではないかと言われている。
And this is on Mars, right? So, in the world of Zero Escape, have we populated Mars at this point?
残りの3分の2はそのことを原因として間接的に引き起こされた災害、人災によって命を失ったんじゃ。
Wow, wow. I have a lot of questions. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start knowing where to start. Well, no. Take that back. Explain that date. Unless I heard this wrong, the day Radical 6 got out was December 31st, 2028. But the day I got grabbed by the guy in the gas mask was December 25th, 2028.
私も同じ。クリスマスのことだった。私もです。
私と四葉はその3日前、22日のことだったわ。
Then, you see what I'm saying, right? That recording was made close to a week after we were all picked up. What the heck is going on here? That thing is from the future. Not necessarily. We could have been in sleep for quite a while, Sigma. I mean, I guess then again, it could. Oh yeah, I forgot. We got that AB game to worry about.
プレイヤーは速やかに投票所定の
時間じゃ。そろそろ倉庫に戻った方がいいじゃろう。
Wait, you haven't answered.
いいからわしの言った通りにするんじゃ。この話は10分やそこらで伝えきれるようなものではない。中途半端に話したところで余計な誤解を招くだけじゃ。うるさい。ガタガタ言っておると次の AB ゲームで裏切りを選ぶぞ。
Man, he's so mad.
ちょっとそれは勘弁してよ。
とにかくわしは行かせてもらうからな。クオークのことは気がかりじゃが、すでに解放へと向かっておるというし。
では私がここに残ります。投票は私のペアであるファイさんに任せていいですよね、ファイさん。ああ、わかった。
うん、そうしてもらえるとさらに安心じゃ。それではルナ、クオークのこと頼んだぞ。
はい、任せてください。
Tenmyoji gave her one last nod, then turned and dashed out of the infirmary. So our good old friend Tenmyoji isn't just, you know, crazy old man with Quark as being his grandson. He actually seems to have quite a lot to do with this Radical 6 thing. At least he knows about it. And not everyone else did. Well, that's that, I guess. We should probably be going too.
そうね。話の続きはまた後で聞かせてもらうことにしましょう。
Assuming we're not dead.
どうもすっきりとしないが、やむを得んな。うん、行こう。
We returned to the warehouse to find only Kay. I explained what had happened with Quark, then glanced around the room. Hey, where's Dio?
入っちゃったの？
だとすると、最初に AB ゲートを開けたのは
Obviously.
参ったな。それでは競技のしようがないではないか。私とルナの対戦相手はソロ版であるディオなんだが。
確かファイの BP は1だったわよね。
同じくルナもだ。じゃあもしもファイが協力を選んでディオが裏切りを選んだら
Then that's gonna be pretty rough.
ファイさんとルナさんには例のペナルティが課せられることになりますね。
仕方がない。こちらも防御のために裏切りを選ばざるを得んな。
Hey, Alice, don't you have one BP too?
そうね。でも私と K の対戦相手はクオークだから。
クオークの投票先は協力で確定。アリスにペナルティが課せられる心配はなさそうだね。
But what if Alice and Kay choose betray?
ご安心ください。そのようなことは断じてありません。病状は解放へと向かっているとはいえ、クオーク君は病に倒れたのです。しかも彼は年派もいかぬ子供ではありませんか。そのような無垢な少年を相手に裏切りを選ぶなどということは
I mean, it's not the first time we've done it.
ありえないわね。 病気や年齢のことは抜きにしても投票できない相手を出し抜くなんてフェアじゃない
Oh, that's so bad. That really is so bad. It makes me feel bad even still. So, you'll vote to ally?
ええ。
もちろんよ。
さあ、行きましょう。アリス。
そうね。
Oh, I can tell I'm getting tired. I start yawning all the time. Kay and Alice nodded to one another and disappeared into the AB room second from the right. Interesting enough, ever since the first round, we haven't gotten back to that thing with the knife yet, like at all. Like, we haven't, you know, the thing with the AB rooms moving and the knife, like, that hasn't turned up at all. Which I find somewhat interesting. I know we're definitely going to be going back there at some point, so maybe that'll all make sense soon, but the knife really hasn't factored into much of anything since then. And we definitely haven't done any research into it like we did the first time. Without saying anything, Phi turned and walked into the room just left of theirs. That left only myself, Clover, and Tenmyoji.
シグマ、お前さんは確か青の扉を選んだ時にこう言っておったな。次こそは必ずわしに協力を選ばせてみせると。あれはどういう策略があってのことだったんじゃ?
This would be a good time, actually. Well, it's not that complicated. I promise you that Clover and I will vote ally. That's it, pretty much.
なるほど。シグマの BP は1じゃからな。協力に投票するという宣言を聞かされてしまった以上、わしは裏切りを選ぶことはできないというわけか。
Because you're playing in the idea that Tenmyoji would accept you possibly dying as an outcome of that.
さもないとわしはお前さんのことを
You'll kill me.
じゃが、そんな風に協力を宣言しておきながら、実は裏切りに
It is a risky bet, but it's a... Assuming it's not Dio, it's a fairly safe bet. I disagree.
その根拠は?
Clover's BP is 6. If you ally and we betray, then she'd have enough points to escape, right? She could run through the number 9 door as soon as this round is over. That's easy for you to say. But think about it from my perspective. Sure, you might not, but you also might. If I guess wrong, that's a pretty big loss for me. So is dying, Sigma. Keep that in mind.
ならば、もしも四つ葉が色仕掛けを使ってきたらどうするつもりじゃ?
What?
今のはただの例えじゃが、とにかく四つ葉が部屋の中で何らかの取引を持ちかけてくる可能性はある。
I mean, so far the only thing Clover's done is try to reverse bargain with me, try to get me to not, in fact, betray, Quark.
その時はどうするつもりなのかと聞いておるんじゃ。それでも協力を選ぶと断言できるか?
Seduce me, huh?
ちょっと何ジロジロ見てんのよ変態私はそんなことしないってばするわけないでしょ何期待してんのよ
Well, thanks, Clover. Well, that's that then. Not gonna lie though, I'm a little disappointed.
では信じても良いのじゃな
I sure hope so.
必ず協力を選ぶと
Yeah.
任せといて
約束できるか
Of course.
約束する
わかったそこまで言うのであればわしも協力に票を投じよう
1 minute, 3 minutes.
さあいよいよ時間が迫ってきたぞそれでは頼んだからな
I'm trusting you too. Tenmyoji gave us a curt nod, then turned and strode into the second AB room from the left. And that leaves just us. Right, well, let's get to it. start. This is it. What do you want to ask? Are you serious, Clover? I hope you're joking. Yeah, well,
だからこうして頼んでるの。もちろんただとは言わない。もしも裏切りを選んでくれたら、シグマの言うこと何でも聞いてあげる。
Anything?
そうなんでも。それによく考えてみて。こっちが協力を選ぶってことは天明寺さんに命を託すことになるんだよ。
Yeah, if he chooses betray, it's all over.
あのジジイのことそんなに信用できる？
Hey now, that's not very nice.
安全策を取るなら裏切りの一択で決まりじゃない。
Clover, are you serious? I hope you're joking. But if he chooses ally and we don't...
私の BP は9になるね。でも安心して。万が一そうなったとしても、私は9の扉を開いたりなんてしないから。だって、私にはアリスがいるし。
She did seem rather hesitant last time that she got it whenever it was Sigma and Clover. And Sigma was like, you can come if you want, you know, and then they all tackled him. It's like, get out of here, Clover, quick, go get help. She did seem pretty hesitant to leave. Like, she actually seems like one of the few people who, if she got 9 points, maybe her and Luna. I'm not sure about Luna, because Luna's never betrayed enough to do it. But Luna and Clover seem like the two people who, if they got 9 points, wouldn't immediately try to book it. Unlike everyone else we've seen so far. Man, even Tenmyoji tried to book it even before he had 9 points just because he wanted to get Clover out of Quark out of there. I'm gonna say no, probably. The voting machine was in front of me. I didn't have much time left to think. Would I keep my promise to Tenmyoji and pick ally? Or would I betray him for Clover and... Anything. Look at that, anything. Yeah, anything. In the end, there was only one possible answer.
3、2、1
And what is that answer, I wonder? As tempting as betray is... Oh... She did say anything. She did say anything.
アンビデックスゲーム第2ラウンド終了。
Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.